Hi, this is Around the House with Kay and Tom. I had someone to text me the other day and ask me just to make a plain chocolate cake. And everything I tried to do today did not turn out. I either didn't have this or don't have that. But I did have a box of Duncan Hines cake mix. So I thought, if they want a chocolate cake, let's give them a chocolate cake. I've set my oven for 350. I'm preheating it. All you have to do, I'm going to use this Bundt Pan. And we're just going to spray it real good with Pam. This is just an easy thing to do. So easy to follow directions on the back of this. Okay, and I'm just going to set that aside for a second. And what we're going to do, we're just going to put the cake mix in the bowl. I was going to make this from scratch. I didn't have any baking powder, so I'm going to have to go to the store and get some baking powder. So what we're going to do, but this is okay, this will work out for today. So what we're going to do is we're going to mix 3 eggs into this. You're going to use 3 eggs, half a cup of oil, and a cup of water. And that's all you need besides your pan. So we'll get the 3 eggs. Okay, as I said, we're just going to have a chocolate cake. I didn't have some of the ingredients here, but I did have a box of Duncan Hines cake mix. Emptied the cake mix into the bowl. First thing I did was spray I'm going to use a Bundt Pan today, and I sprayed that with Pam. Set that aside for a second. We've got 3 eggs I have just broke up into the bowl, and we're just going to mix them up just a little bit. I really wanted to make it from scratch, but I didn't have any baking soda today. And not baking soda, I'm sorry, baking powder. I had the soda, but I didn't have the powder. So I said, well, I'm just going to go ahead and we're going to just make this cake. And you need a cup of water. And just blend that in gradually. You can use a whisk if you want to. You know how you want to start making something other and it doesn't turn out like you want it to. Just make sure you beat your batter long enough for it to be smooth. I've got my oven preheating at 350. And again, this is Around the House with Kay and Tom. Not exactly what I wanted to do, but it's going to be close enough. We will have a chocolate cake. Smells good. I am from the old school and I like to make stuff from scratch. But with the gas, the price it is, I really didn't want to run out and go get some baking powder. Back up, I did have this box of cake mix. And I know some of you are going to say, well, anybody can follow the directions on the cake mix box. But you would be surprised. Okay, this is Duncan Hines Morse Devil's Food Cake Mix. And all we added was 3 eggs, a cup of water, and a half a cup of vegetable oil. Sprayed my pan with Pam And now we're going to do is put it in the oven, and we're going to bake it until the center of it comes out. With a toothpick, when you stick it in there, it'll be clear, which will probably be 30-35 minutes at the most. And then I'll show you what we've got. And again, Around the House with Kay and Tom. Hope you're having a real good day. I'm going to set my timer for 30 minutes. It says between 30 and 35. So we're just going to set this timer for 30 minutes, and then I'll come back and check it. And if my toothpick comes out not clean, we'll just cook it for just a little bit more. Okay, I have just taken this out of the oven. Let's see what it looks like when I put my toothpick in it. Well, it's pretty clean. Whoops, that's not quite clean. I'm going to put it back in there and cook it for maybe 5 more minutes, because my toothpick's not quite as clean as I like for my toothpick to be. So that must mean that it's not quite done enough inside. So we'll try it again for just a few minutes. And again, this is Around the House with Kay and Tom. I'm just cooking a chocolate cake out of a box. Now I'm going to set my timer for, let's just set it for like 10 minutes. And we'll come back and check again. Hope I didn't leave it in there so long. Oh, now that's better. Yep, that's better. Alright, I'm going to let it cool just a little bit. And since this video has turned out to be completely different than what I had planned to do, when this cools a little bit, I'm going to dribble some icing over it, and I'm going to have me a slice of chocolate cake. Maybe later on this week I'll go to the store and get the stuff I didn't have to make it from scratch, and I'll make one from scratch. Because with the way the gas is and people not having stuff, your stuff is not on the shelves, you better start learning how to make stuff from scratch. Around the House with Kay and Tom. I'll let you see how it looks when I turn it up, when I get it out of this pan. But it's so hot. Okay, I think it's cooled a little bit, so let's just see what we've got. See if we've got anything we can manage. See how much it's stuck. Okay. You ready? Okie dokie. Wow. Well, now that came out pretty. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slide it over here on my cake plate. Well, didn't that turn out nice? Well, I'm right tickled of the way that looks. So what I'm going to do now, since I haven't been able to do it like I wanted to, we're just going to take some Betty Crocker milk chocolate frosting. We're just going to put a little bit in a bowl. Now, if you had layers and you were going to ice the whole cake, it would be ideal just to take it right out of the can and put it there. But since I'm not going to do that, I'm going to put me about 2 tablespoons full of this frosting. And I'm going to zap it in the microwave for about 30 seconds. And again, this is Around the House with Kay and Tom, and that really did turn out to be a pretty cake. Okay, I sort of melted that. Probably would have been okay if you just used 10 seconds. And I'm just going to take it. And I'm just going to dribble it on top of this cake and let it just run down. I know you can't see a lot of how this looks. That's one thing about using white icing, is you'll be able to see how it runs down in each of the crevices and stuff. But I just wanted some chocolate cake. I'm just going to take a toothpick and put a few holes in it. The icing will run down a little bit in the holes. Now, as chocolatey as this is, I've got a feeling it's going to satisfy my chocolate taste for a long time. And again, this is Around the House with Kay and Tom. You know, Tom has this whole set of Cuisinart knives, so we might as well use one of them. Let's just see what, ooh, it's still hot. It is definitely smoking. Well, I don't know about you, but that looks like a nice piece of chocolate cake. So again, this is Around the House with Kay and Tom. I hope you like my little chocolate cake in a box. And when I get all my ingredients, I will make it from scratch. So have a nice day. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and come back to see me again. Well, I ate a slice of this cake, and it really is very good. But I've decided that it could do with a little bit more icing on it. So I'm just taking a little bit of icing out of this can, this rich and creamy Betty Crocker icing, and I'm just going to put a little bit more on here, and I just think that will make it a lot better. If you're going to eat chocolate, eat chocolate. I hope y'all get a kick out of some of these things that I do. I just fix it any way that will make it good for you and something that you like. Now tell me, doesn't that look better with a lot more icing on it? And again, this is Around the House with Kay and Tom. Come back and see me again and have a fantastic day. Bye.